Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We've finally gotten a proper announcement trailer for Tides of Torment. I almost said Thrones of Torment or Tides of Decay, but both of those would be wrong. Tides of Torment, yes, the new DLC featuring Norska, Slanesh, and the High Elves. Trailer's pretty hype. Creative Assembly also put out a blog post, which we're going to go through here. Haven't really covered the campaign AI situation too much on my channel, just because I almost exclusively cover multiplayer. Wasn't really my lane to begin with, although I'm pleased to see that the community made their voices heard. For anyone who is curious, though, I have a negative review on Total War Warhammer 3, and it hasn't changed since release. So, with that out of the way, let's talk about something that is actually pretty hype, and take a look at this trailer here.
Poor lost soul. A servant to your masters.
Oh my, very spooky vibes, definitely, with Slanesh so far. Dakala, of course, this is Sail. We've seen this little clip before. I'm not particularly surprised that they've reused it, but interesting to see it in a new context. And then, of course, Aislinn, the Sea Lord, having a duel with Lokir in a nice little tease for naval combat, which I don't think is actually any indication that naval combat is coming, but it's fun to imagine.
Shed it all.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Merworm time.
Is painful, but pain brings.
Oh, yeah. Dakala looks so cool, man. Once again, the artists have done an absolutely incredible job. Oh yeah, we've got confirmation of the Sky Cutter. I mean, a lot of these units and things they kind of previewed beforehand, but it's always great to see how they're realized in game in terms of the art. Oh yeah. Very, very good stuff. We'll kind of talk through things a little bit here after the trailer finishes fully. Oh yeah, the Merworm, super, super hype. Generally, I would say this trailer is a cut above some of the recent trailers, in my opinion. I think the song's super hype, music is great, visuals are great, kind of tells a little bit of a story as well. Kind of harkening back to some of my favorite trailers. Honestly, Warhammer 2 probably was peak trailer for Total War Warhammer. But yeah, so we open here with Colin, not really too much to say. The poor High Elf Princess is really not having a good time. Or maybe she's having too much of a good time, who knows. It is Slanesh after all. Yeah, we've seen, like I said, this clip of the betrayal before. Super hyped to see Lokir get some screen time as well. He's probably one of my favorite Dark Elf Lords. And him and Aislinn are no doubt going to have some epic battles. Definitely will look forward to that. Of course, I will be bringing you guys early access content as soon as I'm able to. Do not have any early access content to share with you yet, but definitely excited for that. Yeah, the Merworm. So, single entity monster, obviously. Should be quite interesting to see how it's implemented in terms of its power level, mechanics, and so forth. Dakala also super hype. I'm very curious to see how her stat line ends up. His stat line? I don't know. Hard to say with Slanesh. Yeah. We've got the Night Haunt. Is that what that thing is called? That extra special spawn? But the Lothern Skycutters. Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting unit. I'd imagine it'll be tricky to balance, but here's one that I want to pause on real quick. I just absolutely love the look of these water elementals, honestly. You can see some of them are like horses, some of them are like more like a dragon aspect. Super, super cool, honestly. And then what looks to be some new high elf infantry of some kind behind. It's a little bit hard to see here, but yeah, you've got some spearmen, and those guys, they look like they're not wearing helmets. I believe this is a new character type right here as well. Yeah, I want to say they're carrying swords, those infantry. And then these guys charging through. Are they charging through some stuff? Yeah, we've got the Etten in the background here. Big double-headed giant. Should be interesting to see how they're implemented as well. Probably, you know, a big beat stick monster, I'd imagine, somewhat like a giant, but yeah, and then he comes charging through here. I'm just trying to check for anything new looking. Is that a new, maybe, variant of Marauder Infantry back there? Hard to say. That might just be regular Marauder Infantry. Takala, of course, absolutely spectacular animations. That spinning blade. And this is the, what is it, the Periton? I forget actually how the pronunciation is, but anyway, another flying monster. Should be available to the Beastmen and for Slaanesh, obviously. Slaanesh doesn't actually have any flying monsters, so that'll be nice. And then, yeah, the Merworm, obviously, super hype for the High Elves. Always great to have more big, scary monsters. So, yeah, like I said before, a lot of those units had been confirmed in previous posts and kind of development updates and so forth, so not really a lot of new news there other than getting to see them a little bit in action, you know, some of the animations and so forth that we might expect to see in-game. Now let's talk a little bit about the blog post. I'll pull this over here. So what's next? Fixes, Tides of Torment, and more. They talked about, they introduced a fix for the campaign AI issue. They've hopefully fixed some of their processes on the back end. Kind of baffling to me, honestly, that this wasn't considered a showstopper, you know, like highest priority bug fix before, but it is now. So that's good, I guess. Next up, game update, they are going to do a hotfix 6.3.3. Campaign AI will remain a focus, but it will be arriving before the DLC. Speaking of which, DLC release date has been officially announced as December 4th, so it is officially a second delay on this release. A lot of people are frustrated. You know, I was definitely excited to play it before, but I mean, ultimately, I don't want the game to be in a bad state. I think that's the most important thing, is that technically Total War Warhammer 3 needs to be in a good state, and still honestly has a long way to go before we get there, so I am glad that they are delaying it, even if it does, you know, kind of delay us being able to get our hands on it. But, you know, should be arriving just in time for our holiday break for a lot of people, so that will be nice. Hopefully we'll all get some time to dive in, pun intended, certainly. Yeah, November 6th we'll start sharing first looks at gameplay. I don't know yet, but I would hope that my early access content will arrive around the same time. I should have more news for you soon on that front. Hopefully as soon as possible. But anyway, yeah, no guarantees yet, but just some speculation on my part. Yeah, and then very hyped for me as a longtime fan of the Total War series to see what they have next. I mean, hype on what I should say more like anticipation. I guess that would be a little bit more neutral, just because, yeah, I have some very grave concerns about the overall health of the Total War franchise in general. I may or may not make a video detailing all of those at some point over the next few months, but it's something I've been thinking about for quite a while. I probably will do at some point, but yeah, these next few games just need to be good. That's kind of the long and short of it. So hopefully they are good, but they say they're going to be unveiling new historical and fantasy titles. So I guess they have multiple Total War titles in development. I guess I didn't realize that necessarily, but I am very curious to see what they will be. So, yeah, they're returning to some additional, you know, legacy celebrations, kind of because of some of the PR issues surrounding the technical state of Total War Warhammer 3. They haven't really been releasing stuff, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't paying that much attention anyway, although I did get on their Eras Clash stream, which was a lot of fun. But anyway, Mod Manager. So I'm definitely a user of mods at times in certain campaigns. In certain games, nice to see that Creative Assembly is starting to, well, they're not starting to, they're getting ready to release a proper mod manager that, you know, looks relatively robust. I mean, obviously we'll have to wait and see how it all shakes out, but looks to be certainly more robust than whatever system they had before, like launching it through the launcher and everything. Yeah, it seems like that should be releasing around December 4th. So very, very fun stuff there. And then, yeah, they have a little bit more on 7.0 here. Sweeping new update for the High Elves centers around new Patrons of the Realm feature, which lets factions vie for influence across 11 seats of power to unlock rewards, potential confederations. Tyrion gains Champion of Ulthuan feature, allowing him to enact new themed actions. While Teclis gains Secrets of the White Tower, supercharged spellcasting of wizards throughout his armies. Okay, so a little bit of reworked or additional mechanics, I guess, for them. Yeah, Norska's long-awaited overhaul as well. Allegiances, Monstrous Arcanum, and Pillaging feature. We'll have to see what all that looks like. Wulfric Throg will get some reworks as well. New start position for Wulfric, and new unique resource for Troll King. Could it be trolls? Or would trolls be a resource for him? That would be a lot of fun. Anyway, yeah, and then Mask of Slanesh is new free legendary lord, if you hadn't heard. Yeah, so definitely looking forward to all of that. Like I said, as soon as I can bring you guys some early access content, I will absolutely love to. So keep it right here. Subscribe if you're not. Like this video. Share it if you found it useful, informative, whatever. That's all I have for you today. So thank you, and we'll see you next time.